What's going on, peeps? Alex from EMG Composites here, and we're back in the garage, as you can see. And I just got a little quick update video for you guys today. It's a shorter one. It's just about the turbo inlet and what I've done with it, and where it's at. I just wanted to show you guys a little quick update on the mold. But firstly, a quick glimpse at the very nice color that's going on this inlet. So this is the turbo inlet here, and just a couple shots of what it looks like originally, so you guys can see it before, and also focusing on that weld bead that's there. I tried wearing that bead down a little bit with a file, but it was gonna take way too long, so I went and picked me up some bits, very coarse bits, to just wear that down much faster and get rid of it. So the reason I need to get rid of that bead is when you make the mold, that bead will create like a wedge, so it'll just stay stuck and it'll be almost impossible to release this part from the mold, because you do have to separate them, and you will see that later in the video. So here, just showing you the progress a little bit. The bits are coarse, so they eat through that aluminum pretty quick. The only issue that I was having was it was clogging up, so here I'm just cleaning it off a little bit, taking off some of that aluminum that's stuck on there. But here you'll see the after. It's already like all worn down, so now I'm just kind of gonna polish it with a different bit. It's just some sandpaper, just to smoothen it out. It does need to be smoothed out. It can't be that coarse, otherwise it will also create like something for the materials from the mold to grab onto and make it get stuck. So it's just kind of polishing it up a little bit, and this is what the plug looks like right here. Unfortunately, I did forget to record the process of making the plug, but I will show you the rest of the process here of making the mold itself. So here is just applying layers of the gel coat with the brush here. It's a total of 2 layers, so I did apply one already. You let it tack off, and then you apply the second one, which is what I'm doing here. In a very, usually it's 3 layers, but because I laid it on so thick, I just did 2. So then here I'm just brushing on a quick layer of resin, which allows the fiberglass layer to adhere better and saturates it a little bit better, so that the other layers that you lay on go a lot easier and faster, keeping in mind that this is a time process. So if it takes too long, the materials will dry on you, it'll start to dry up, and you won't be able to make it, and it's just total loss of work. So here I'm just gonna be laying down that first layer. You're gonna see me kind of tuck it into the spots where it needs to go, making sure that there's no air pockets and no wasted material. You're gonna see me here a couple times in this video just kind of cut off all the extra material and just use it to reinforce the flanges and put it in spots where it needs to be, or where I need it, to be able to make this mold stronger. Like I said, now this is the second layer here, just a full layer. Tucking in everything with the brush to make sure that there's no gaps between the fiberglass layer and the mold itself, or the gel coat, so that way there's no air pockets. And as I said, you'll see me here cut several times, just all this extra fiberglass that's hanging off, and just use it where I need it, just to reinforce the mold, just ensuring that there's no air pockets. Air pockets are weak points, which will just destroy the mold. Here you're gonna hear some background noise. I kind of left it in there so you guys could see or get a feel for the ambiance when I was working. That noise in the background is just a propane heater that I had going this whole time to keep the garage warm. This process needs to be done within a temperature range of 69 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, preferably in the upper 60s. It could be 65 and up, but 69 to 70 is like the optimal temperature range. where these chemicals will activate and cure within their given time frames that they're supposed to. So the mold is finished, and I'm gonna be releasing it right now so you guys can see what it's looking like. Like I was saying, when releasing molds, you just have to be a little bit more careful because you have all of this stuff. You don't want to get hurt. So you just have to do it little by little. Don't rush it. And yeah, it'll come out good. Let's see what we got. That came out beautiful. If I get it here. Nice. There we go. Beautiful. Just gotta get this guy out. Here I tried using one screwdriver, but I ended up needing two to be able to kind of work them together and be able to wedge them in there further and create enough pressure to release the part from the mold, as you're gonna see here in a second. You can see it already lifted a good amount, so it's just getting it out the rest of the way. Get a bigger. Got us a bigger pry bar here. Use better pressure. Alrighty. Well, this is what the mold is looking like. Now I just gotta clean it up, polish it up a little bit, and we're good to go. Most molds will have a few rough edges, so cleanup just consists of making everything nice and smooth and easy to work with. And then polishing it consists of cleaning off all this gunk and all this extra stuff and making everything smooth. Once you have it smooth, you can start applying the release agents. The release agents is a few layers of it, and then there's a spray that you put on there as well. You have to wait for everything to cure properly to be able to then lay it up. Once it's cured, it's all about curing times with this process, but then you can go ahead and lay down the carbon fiber, which is essentially just making the part here. Once you lay down all the other mats, you can stick it in the bag and just let it cure. So I did make two. This is the first one of the two. I was a bit impatient and just didn't let it cure properly. I was rushing, so I ruined it, but I did make one very quickly after that same day. And this is what that one looked like. So now it's just the TLC part, but I appreciate the support and stay tuned for the next update.